Aloha, y'all. It is Monday, Moon Day, named after the moon, esoterically ruled by the moon. It is the 26th of May. There's actually going to be a new moon when the sun and the moon are conjunct. There's a new moon when they're opposite is full moon. New moon in Gemini tonight, 11 p.m. EST in North America. So you know. But the sun is right now in Gemini and the moon is in Taurus. I'll reference the astrology as I go along. Mercury's entered Gemini and a lot of craziness. You know, the moon is conjunct Uranus and Taurus. So let's go ahead and talk about the cards I pulled for this moon day. We've got the Four of Pentacles. We've got the High Priestess. And we've got, for the wild card from the Galactic Heritage deck, Deep Polarity Orion Past Timeline. So, if you're an Earth sign, you're a Pentacle, and that would mean if you're a Taurus, if you're a Virgo, or if you're a Capricorn, you're a Pentacle. And this is the card for that. Four of Pentacles, huge confidence and ability to leverage a noble cause, reinventing yourself, let go of false identities. With so much energy in Jupiter in Gemini, Sun in Gemini, Mercury now in Gemini, the moon going to be in Gemini soon, but Uranus conjunct the moon and Mercury, trining Pluto retrograde in Aquarius, as well as the sun. We are reinventing ourselves, folks. You feel it, I'm sure. The North Node is in Pisces saying, how big can you dream? Where do you want to go? And Saturn has entered Aries, so it's like time to get going with who you are. Let's refashion who you are and do the work, right? So on page 168, the Four of Pentacles, I have great influence and power. Life is dynamic, constantly in flux. No matter how desperately we want things to remain stable, we must accept we are powerless over the force of time. With Uranus and Taurus conjunct the moon in Taurus right now, we're like, oh my gosh, there's so much uncertainty, so much shifting of the plates and tectonic earthquaking and volcanoes blowing up, metaphorically and otherwise. So it's like, whoa, big changes. Changes, right? We're powerless over the force of time and changes therein. All the things we have worked hard to acquire are in effect only borrowed. We cannot take anything with us when we die except the essence of love. In the art of the Four of Pentacles, a character is lavishly adorned, gold sits around him. His face is covered, but the dualistic head represents the different faces he wears, his identities, Jupiter in Gemini, Sun in Gemini, Mercury in Gemini. There is another behind him. See that eye? The old saying, I have the hub of the wheel, providence, if you want to put it that way, your higher self, whatever's clever. There is another behind him. As time goes by, we often take on more identities, more roles through jobs, family, friendship, and other responsibilities. Most spiritual practices offer methods to let go of the identities we take to be so real, to see clearly that what we think of as, quote, me is simply a collection of ideas, beliefs, patterns of behavior. Like in Fight Club, you are not your car. You are not the clothes you wear. You are not the words you use. I mean, these make up a very fluid identity. Even in the movie Inside Out, you start seeing your emotions create forms of identity, but you're bigger than that. You're a witness to it, right? In the Four of Pentacles, the heads appear to be pitted and breaking apart, illustrating that our personas are ephemeral without the durability needed to last. Uranus and Taurus trining Pluto and Aquarius retrograde. The ability to let go of beliefs and patterns of action that do not serve is a blessing. The capacity to reinvent yourself, take on new beliefs, Mercury in Gemini, Jupiter in Gemini, new moon in Gemini soon, Sun in Gemini, take on new beliefs and become a more functional, valuable human being is also a blessing. Through everything, the eye, or the eye of life, simply observes all the dynamic movement and exchange of energy. The drama playing out in the card is ambiguous. We cannot be sure if he reaches out to collect the gold pentacle just above his hand, or if he's letting it go, just like a floating lantern, back into the expanse of sky. So we are left with two meanings, Jupiter and Gemini. One that things come to him, and all he has to do is reach out and take it. Conversely, we can imagine he has reached the point where he must let go of accumulating. Both options carry positive and negative possibilities. There is something wonderful about abundance effortlessly coming our way. Moon and Taurus feels real good about that. It's like, I want all the things. However, as time goes by, we can become laden with possessions and wealth. The song Everything Now from the album Everything Now by Arcade Fire is like, look at my house. It's filled with everything I thought I needed. It's like, what do we need? Keep picking up new stuff and dropping the old. You can't take it all with you. As time goes by, we become laden with possessions and wealth. Life can lose its edge when we never have to strive for things, or we can become addicted to feeling constantly needing more and more to fill something that feels missing. Pac-Man. always going after the dots. The Four of Pentacles therefore suggests there's huge confidence and ability to leverage all that you want out of life. But when it comes too easily, something is lost. We lose touch with reality. We only touch the sides of life, missing out on the expansive range of emotion and feeling that connects us to hard-won successes and the strife of others, right? Mars in Leo is trining Venus in Aries, and as well as trining Chiron in Aries. So it's so much more rewarding ultimately. Neptune conjunct Saturn in Aries when we have to work for it, work for the dream. If it just comes with an easy button, that's cool for immediate gratification at first, but then it becomes dull and easy, and we're not satisfied. There is much to be gained when you have the command of ideas and resources which go beyond the personal and extend to a noble cause that can impact the well-being of many. Mercury and the Sun in Gemini, trining Pluto in Aquarius retrograde. So huge confidence and ability to leverage a noble cause, reinvent yourself, let go of false identities. And for a new moon, we're here to get new identities, new ideas, new ways of being, new approaches of thought. The clarifying card is the High Priestess. I've written music to all the major arcana. Check it out. I'll post it in the comments. It's a blasty blast. This is a really pretty song anyway. I mean, they're all cool, but this is a really cool song. You'll like it if you listen to it. And the High Priestess is like this inner feminine, mysterious power, right? So on page 26, the High Priestess, I offer up the mysteries of life. Trust your intuition, listen to your inner guides, understand yourself better, and listen to the music of the universe. Allow creative ideas to germinate. With Mercury and Gemini, with the Sun in Gemini, right? We're trying to germinate new ideas. We're trying to germinate new identities, right? And we sometimes have to go with the flow and say, I'll close my eyes and pick a card. I'm not always going to be this one card, this one archetype. It changes over time. Just like, Anakin Skywalker is good, and then he falls to Darth Vader, and then he rises again. Or Luke Skywalker is good, and then he becomes lazy and cynical, and then he rises again. It's a sine wave. It's never static. It's the DNA strand, always kind of evolving, and we have to understand that is our ephemeral nature, right? And to close our eyes and go with the flow, enjoy the ride. So the last card is from the Galactic Heritage cards. It's the wild card today. It's Deep Polarity Orion Past Timeline. Number 35 on page 74. In ancient times, the Orion civilization played out the deepest of polarity during a very dark time in their history. Many souls from Orion eventually came to Earth to heal this polarity through incarnations as humans. If you pull this card, then an Orion lifetime of yours still has some influence in your life today. These karmic patterns are ready to be released. Examine your natural human tendency to polarize in thought and belief, and ask the universe to help you heal this. Also know that this is a major issue for the entire planet at this time, and your healing affects the whole as well, right? So with the shadow of the Sun in Gemini, Mercury in Gemini, we can be polarized. We can be dualistic. It's like it's yin and yang, a little dark and light, a little light and the dark. It's not one or the other. So basically, in the ancient times, Lyran civilizations, including Vega, expanded, creating the Orion colonies. The Orion civilization is known as the group within our galactic family that experienced the deepest polarity. These memories affect us on Earth, and many humans are still playing out the karma from Orion. The best pop culture reference is that of the movie Star Wars, in which there was a corrupt empire that attempted to dominate planets and people through a very sinister method, including the manipulation of consciousness and energy through psychic and metaphysical powers. Within the full spectrum of the experience of our galactic family, from unity to fragmentation back to reintegration, this era in Orion was the furthest from unity and the deepest out one of separation. If you pull this card, it's most likely that you experienced the Orion system during that dark time and still have painful memories with you. Thus, it is very important not to repeat the pattern of Orion. Seek to embrace non-polarized thought here on Earth, for it will be one of the paths toward integration and healing. Move beyond good and bad, right and wrong, dark and light. Try to see every condition as an aspect of creation rather than seeing through the eyes of separation or judgment. Remember the yin-yang symbol, dark within light, light within dark? Essentially, the universe is in perfect balance. It is only the human mind that creates polarity. This is an important understanding for the next step in evolution. So we need to understand that it's always changing, and every good guy becomes bad, and it's always changing. There's no one point, and if we can release into the magic and go with the ride and see the light in the dark and the light in the dark and the light, we'll have a better time. If you've enjoyed this, leave a tip, holler for a reading. I give 5-star readings. You'll love it. So $150 for astrology for 3 hours, and cards would be an hour for $50. If it's your birthday, it's half off, either or both of those. And if you refer somebody to me, you get half off on cards. Check out the Team Rabbit Hole podcast. We have 2 episodes this week, so I'll post the link for that in the comments. And do check out the music because it's cool. On that note, enjoy your moon day. Adios.